Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney openly criticized Israel after French President Emmanuel Macron announced plans to recognize the State of Palestine. Carney also reiterated his support for a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Is this a sign that Canada will follow France's lead? Carney's criticism of Israel came just hours after Macron announced France's plan to formally recognize the State of Palestine before the United Nations General Assembly in September. In a statement via social media, as reported by CBC on Saturday, July 26, 2025, Carney openly criticized Israel for its denial of humanitarian aid to Gaza civilians, which he called a violation of international law. He called for Israeli control over aid distribution to be replaced by the provision of comprehensive humanitarian assistance led by international organizations. Carney also reiterated Canada's support for a two-state solution that ensures peace and security for both Israelis and Palestinians. Canada supports a two-state solution that ensures peace and security for both Israelis and Palestinians, Carney stated in his statement. Carney did not explicitly address Macron's announcement in his statement. However, he emphasized that Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand will participate in next week's UN summit, co-hosted by France, to discuss the implementation of a two-state solution. Canada will work intensively in all forums to achieve that goal, including through the participation of the foreign minister at the UN summit on the two-state solution in New York next week, Carney said. Meanwhile, a report by the Middle East Monitor, citing Carney's statement, stated that Canada plans to recognize the State of Palestine at the UN. So far, there has been no official statement from the Canadian government regarding plans to formally recognize a Palestinian state at the UN. The Canadian government, according to a CBC report, has previously stated that it would recognize a Palestinian state only after a negotiated peace agreement is reached between Israeli and Palestinian leaders. Macron, on Thursday, July 24th local time, announced that France would officially recognize the State of Palestine before the UN General Assembly next September. In accordance with its historic commitment to a just and lasting peace in the Middle East, I have decided that France will recognize the State of Palestine. I will make the official announcement at the UN General Assembly in September, Macron said in a statement via social media X and Instagram. Including France, Palestinian statehood has now been recognized by 142 countries. Although Israel and the US strongly oppose the recognition, France would be the most significant European power to recognize a Palestinian state. Hamas welcomed Macron's announcement, calling it a positive step in the right direction to establish justice for our oppressed Palestinian people.